What's up, guys? Blackace here, and really long video, so have heaps of info, so I got to get straight into it. Firstly, it's about Salamence. Presenting if he should be OU or not, OU or Uber. I personally feel he should be OU, but that's my opinion, and I might make a few mistakes here. I might sound like an idiot a few times, but that's cause I'm not really, I don't really study this topic, so this is just my opinion, and I might be completely wrong. I might be right, so whatever, leave your comments. And before I go into that, I want to ask you, this guy called One Yoshi, on YouTube, who I've been talking to quite a lot, he sent me some challenge, and it's like about creativity or strategy, something like that, and he said I could only use 6 Pokemon, and he listed them out, which is Relicanth, Metagross, Sceptile, Mariana, Swellow, and Mence. So I don't know, like I can only use those Pokemon, and I don't know why I Relicanth. But yeah. So, do you guys think I should do it? If you guys think so, then I'll do it. If you guys don't think so, I won't do it. So, anyway, guys. Like I said, this is about Salamence. I'm just catching Lugia on my sister's account, so you guys can actually watch something while I'm narrating. And oh yeah, I tried to download one Camtasia, and it wasn't working. I fiddled around with it, but it wasn't working. And before I get into it, does anyone play Trivian? Because if you do, send me a PM, because I'm really loving that game right now. So let's get into it. It's been talked about for a while if men should be Uber or OU. It's actually discussed back when DP came out, Diamond and Pearl, for you guys who don't know. But it wasn't really that important because of Garchomp's presence. They decided to ban Garchomp first and then move on. But then, I don't know, something happened and they didn't do it. So there is 3 categories a Pokemon can be Uber under. One is offense, support, and defense. I'm gonna focus on support and offense because defense isn't really what Mence's main selling point is. It's usually its hard hitting, its stab, its just coverage and just power. Oh yeah, before I get into it, shout out to Buzz from Cal and Michael, or also known as Michael XD from Maryland. Great guy, he helped me out heaps with this, so let's get into it. Okay, I personally, as I said, don't think Mence is Uber. I feel there's a lot of things stopping him from being Uber, and so let's get into offense. Smoogon writes, I'll put in an annotation and a description. A Pokemon is Uber if, in common battle conditions, it is capable of sweeping through a significant portion of teams in the metagame with little effort, which basically means it should be able to set up sweep with 1 turn setup and just minimal support. I don't think Mence meets this. It needs, for it to really function correctly, I feel it needs Stealth Rock. It needs, it prefers Spikes. It wants a Zone or Heatran to get rid of Steals so it doesn't lock itself into Outrage. And this, I'm talking about DD Mence, because DD Mence links directly to the offensive category. I also feel there's a lot of things stopping him. It's really hard to set up with Mence because of how fragile, I guess you could say, he is. Stealth Rock, Life Orb, Sandstorm, shit like that just tear Mence down. You switch in a Steel, it has to switch out. Next time it comes in, it takes another 25. Loses HP, and it's just not looking good for him. I feel, like I said, I feel Mence needs some support. Like, it wants a Gyarados or a Kingdra to come in before hit down physical wars like Hippolden or Swampert, who can survive a +1 outrage before really setting up. So that I feel it needs support and needs quite a lot to really get its potential out. So that's what I feel. That's why I don't think Mence is Uber under the offensive category, and it really shouldn't be put in Uber under the offensive category. This is what I think. Like, once again, I can make heaps of mistakes. I can sound like a total idiot. Just post your what you think in the comments. Second, I feel like I said, just Mence needs a lot of support, and it centralizes the metagame, which is another pro for going into Uber, but that makes it hard for him to set up because everything nowadays is made to outrun Mence or made to outrun him after a DD, or they're meant to. Or most Pokemon carry a move that can hurt Ments if it does come in. Maybe not super effective, but it'll stab. I don't know, stab. What's a stab? Stab. I don't know, some stab or something to hurt Ments and stab Dark Pulse. There, it hurts Ments. It doesn't. Ments doesn't resist it. And Pokemon just carry that to stop Ments, and plus the amount of Scizor's priority running around, Ments finds it really hard to sweep, and set up. So I don't think Ments should be Uber under the offensive category because it's not consistent. Some battles it will sweep you, some it won't. Let's move on to the support characteristics, and once again I'll put this on the video, the annotations, or and in the description. Pokemon is considered Uber if in common battle conditions it can constantly set up a situation in which it makes it easier for the other Pokemon to sweep. I don't know. This relates directly to Mixed Ments, and which is a Salamence set that came out at the beginning of Platinum since it got Draco Media. And let me talk about Mixed Ments a little. It's supposed to punch holes in the opponent's team by hitting both sides of the spectrum. In comes a Hippowdon. Yeah, okay, well then just fire off a Draco Meteor. In comes a Blissey, fire off an Outrage. So it's supposed to hit both walls. And once you break down the walls, you're supposed to let other sweepers like Ape or Lucario break down them. So it's mainly support. It's not used for its offensive capabilities because there's a lot more Pokemon which I feel can do it better. So support. It says here, your Pokemon is you, but if it can constantly set up a situation. This I don't believe. I don't believe it can constantly set up a situation. It can sometimes, but it's not constant. When I think of consistently. Why am I saying constant? Consistently set up a situation. When I think of consistently, I think of 75% or over, or around 75. Minimum 70, and that's not really the case with the amount of steals running. Like steals could, you could like you Draco Meteor a Bronzong, you have to switch out, you lose 25%. You can't touch the Bronzong now, and it can't constantly set up a situation. Another thing is, pretend you Draco Meteor and it takes out Hippowdon, okay? You would think that Pokemon like Gyarados or Kingdra would be able to set up now, but what if they've got a Bronzong? What if they've got other Pokemon that does support, that does kind of cover Hippowdon's role? Then it means that you've not completely set up a situation for them to sweep. Once again, I might sound like a total drunk or retard, so I'm not an expert in this field. I'm just giving my opinion. So I don't think you can constantly set it up. It's usually a 50-50 gamble with Fire Blast and Draco Meteor. Thing is, in a person's, if a person knows how to play Ments, then Ments will be absolute terror. Like I don't know who's Kevin Garnett or someone. If he played with Ments, then because Ments is really strong, but it's also got a lot of things holding it back. For example, Stealth Rock, Life Orb, how fragile it is, and just like the whole freaking metagame is meant to take out a Ments, so it doesn't let it set up a DD. And but there's a lot of things pushing Ments forward. For example, it's amazing attack stat, it's amazing special attack stat, it's pretty damn good speed. It's not perfect. It's not it's not as fast as a Crobat or something, but it's pretty damn good, and it can outrun a lot of stuff after a DD. And what's Intimidate is another fact. It's a great ability, but there's, like I said, there's a lot of things holding it back. Stealth Rock, Life Orb, and shit like that. Sandstorm, and just the amount of Scarfers that's made to outrun Ments and explode or like Shadow Ball their face. Yeah, I'm talking about Gengar. So this is just what I think. I personally don't think it should be Yuba because it doesn't really meet the conditions perfectly. It does meet some of them, but not in a way it is makes it completely Yuba. By the way, for all you guys, before some troll talks, Yuba is just the ban list of OU. OU is the most important, and it doesn't care. It doesn't matter if Mence gets no usage in Yuba, as long as it's overpowered for OU, it can't stay in OU. Anyway, guys, like I said, respond if you think I should take up the challenge. The Pokemon Mariana, Sceptile, Mence, Metagross, Relicanth, and Swellow. So, what do you guys think? Up to suggestions. And by the way, if you play Trivian, remember, give me a PM me or something. I'm out.